Hi there, Dal from Challengers Comics here to talk to you all about this week's new books, stuff that's going to be on the shelves September 18th, Wednesday. We're going to kick it off with Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is a graphic novel collection of the acclaimed and best-selling 6-issue series. This is one of the rare graphic novels / trade paperbacks that we're making our pick of the week. Usually it's going to be a single issue, a first issue or something. This, we know that a lot of people weren't able to get all 6 issues when they were coming out. Now you can read it all in one book for a really low price. This was a fantastic murder mystery. It's basically Dexter, but like anthropomorphic. So if you want to see like a teddy bear lady who is a serial killer, have to track down the serial killer in her small town before everyone figures out that she's a serial killer, this is the book you've been waiting for. The Return of Ultra Mega. This is issue 5. This is the beginning of the second arc. The first 4 issues came out several years ago and have already been collected in a graphic novel, which we've been selling for a long time. But if you want to read more of James Herron's giant Ultraman versus Kaiju weird storytelling, I mean, look at this thing. This also has a Mike Mignola variant. So if you like Mignola stuff and want to see him drawing Ultramans fighting Kaijus, we've got that for you too. Tin Can Society. This is a new 9-issue series from Rick Remender's Giant Generator imprint. This is Peter Warren, who I believe is a TV movie guy. Patrick loved this. If you watch tomorrow, Patrick might tell you all about why he loved it and thought it was great. I think my shorthand that he was not a fan of was World Tree meets Iron Man. So let that percolate in your head, and then he will tell you why that's all wrong. TMNT Mutant Nation #1. This is basically what Raphael is doing before he gets arrested. If you haven't read TMNT #1, Raphael's in jail. This is written by one of the writers who did a lot of the previous 150 issues of TMNT. So it's going to be dealing with a lot of that stuff. If you were reading TMNT before Jason Aaron took over and you're missing some of those elements that Jason Aaron is kind of not dealing with right now, this is the book. The Moon is Following Us #1. Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rossmo, a really fantastic fantasy adventure series where 2 parents are in a fantasy world and they're trying to fulfill a quest that is important to their family. I don't want to give too much away, but you'll find out everything you need to know in the first issue. What you won't find out is the fact that a lot of Image books for this week, we didn't get either all of our copies of or all of our covers of. And I don't just mean us, I mean nationwide. There was a shipping / trucking issue that affected a lot of Image comics for this week. So for example, all we have is cover A of this book. We ordered a lot of cover B, which is the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. That won't be coming until next week. So a lot of variant covers for stuff like The Moon is Following Us, Spawn Violator, we will be getting next week. We were allocated, which means we got less than we ordered for Power Fantasy #2, and we will hopefully be getting the rest of those next week. Subscribers weren't affected for any of these books. For anything that we got in this week as far as a cover or an issue, we had enough for subscribers. We might not have a lot for the shelf for the first few days, but again, next week we'll be getting all the remaining copies that we ordered, fingers crossed. And the same goes for any of the variant covers that we didn't get. So for example, the B and C covers for Moon is Following Us, plus all of the incentive variants, hopefully next week. But in the meantime, you can still pop in and grab a copy of cover A. It's just as good on the inside. Dazzler #1. It's I believe a 4-issue miniseries by Jason Lewin, a brand new artist. I am pretty excited about the upcoming Dazzler #4, where Obadiah Stane texts, "I hate Dazzler" in all capital letters. It's going to be a good issue. And that's it for this week. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. Don't forget, graphic novel collection of one of our favorite stories of the last year. Plus all this extra stuff. Molly's going to pan the camera around and show you a bunch of stuff without hopefully getting anybody too dizzy. But a lot of books this week. A lot of cool stuff. We hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Keep reading comics.